Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel ICSE Java Made Easy. Myself Jahanvi Appalla, and in today's video we are going to talk about something very important, which is variables and data types in Java. Variables and data types are not only important in Java, but it forms the foundation of any programming language you learn. Now let's just get into the video. Now, here I have written values and data types. Now, coming to values, data types, and everything, let us start with something called as variables. Now, listening to this term variables, you would remember something from mathematics. Variable is nothing whose value just keeps on changing. So, similarly, variables in Java also means the somewhat same, that anything whose values change throughout the program is called as a variable. Now, here there is also another part of variable, that is whatever the variable's name is given, it is the name given to the allocated memory. For example, suppose I want to store a value 10 inside the computer's memory. There could be many tens, and I need to give that particular 10 a place to store. Like, place would be given, but what should be the name of that place? That is something called variable. So till now you would have understood that variable is the name given to a memory specific location inside which the data gets stored, and value is that data. Now let me explain you again. Variable is nothing but just a name given to the memory location in the computer inside which a particular data is stored. And what is value? Value is that data which is stored inside the variable. Now, the data, that is the value which is stored inside the variable, that is like in the memory with a variable name, can be of many types. It could be integer, it could be decimal, it could be character, it could be string, it could be true or false, that is boolean. So that is what is data type. Data type is the type of data which you store inside a variable. Why am I explaining you this again and again is because it is a very foundation, that variable is anything which gives a name to the memory location. For example, if I give the variable name as A, that means the name of that memory location is A, and if inside that, if I store the value 10, then that 10 is the value, that is the data which is stored inside the variable. I hope till now you would have understood what values, what data types, and what variables mean in a Java. So what are values? Values are the data stored in variables. And what is variable? A variable is the name given to a memory location. And what are data types? Data types specify the type of data which a variable can store. Now coming to the next part. So there are two types of data types in Java. First is primitive data types, and the second one is non-primitive data types. Coming to the primitive data types. So primitive data types are those data types which are built in and they are already present inside the Java. They are already provided by the Java. And let me tell you that inside the memory of the computer, there are bits. Data is stored in the form of bits. And as you may all know, that 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. That means 2 bytes would be 16 bits. 4 bytes would be 32 bits. 8 bytes would be 64 bits. So this is how the space or the memory inside the computer deals with. Now, inside the primitive data types, there can be integer data types. Integer data types means the one which doesn't store point and all, only whole numbers type. So if you see byte size is 1 byte. So inside byte, you can only store the data which is of 1 byte. That is only 8 bits data. Short stores up to 2 bytes, int stores up to 4 bytes, long stores up to 8 bytes. So if you want to store a very large number, you will use long. And if you want to store a very small number, you will use byte. And if you want to use very large number, you will use long. So depending on what type of data you are storing, your data type will be of that use. Coming to float and double are used to store decimals only, but float stores decimal up to two decimal places, whereas double can store many decimal places. That's why float size is 4 bytes and double size is 8 bytes. Next, coming to character. Character is anything that stores A, B, C, D, then special symbols. So all that are stored by character. So size is 2 bytes. Boolean. Boolean true stores either true or false. I have given you the examples also in the same table. So these all are the data types, and this all the data types have a specific range. And I want you all to explore that range, that inside byte data type you can store numbers from what to what. I want each of you to go by yourself and search for the range of each and every data type. I hope till now you would have understood what bits are, what byte is. Byte is nothing but the calculation of how do we calculate kilometers and centimeters for a land. Similarly, inside the computer's memory, we store bytes. We store data in the form of bytes with the help of size. Like, yeah. So I hope till now you would have understood what data types are and what primitive data types are. So primitive data types are nothing but built-in data types, which are provided itself by the Java. Now, what would be non-primitive data types? It would just be an opposite of primitive. So it is created by programmer or provided by Java. And what are the examples? String, arrays, classes, objects. So string is called non-primitive data type because string is an array, that is a collection of characters. That's why string is a non-primitive data type. We will talk about arrays in the upcoming chapter. And talking about classes and objects. Classes and objects were created by us. That is, we have created it, and anything which is created by us is called as non-primitive data types. So non-primitive data types is would be coming in the coming videos, but till now you just understand that non-primitive data types are those data types which are created by the programmer or it is provided by Java. Coming to the next part, what is a character set? As the name itself means, character set. And what is set? A set is a collection of items which have particular relationship among them. So character set is a set of collection of valid characters which is recognized by Java. So what does it include? Alphabets. Alphabets that is from A to Z, small a to Z. Then digits from 0 to 9. Special symbols that is at the rate, hashtag, dollar, percentage. So these all are character set. So what is character set? A character set is just a collection of valid characters. Escape sequences. These all are the small basic topics which you can also search for and know more about it. Escape sequences, escape as the word means that you want to escape particular space. So, for example, if I want to go to the new line, if I want to print hello world and hello Janvi on two different lines, after hello world, I need to escape the rest of the space and go to next line. That is why the term escape sequence, that we are escaping the space. So, and these all are represented using backslash. In escape sequences, we have a lot. You can explore that. Mostly in our programs we would be using backslash n and backslash t. Now what does this backslash n means? That is new line. If I write system.out.println hello world backslash hello Janvi, that means hello world will be printed on first line, and after like and the hello Janvi would be printed on new line. That means this escape sequence has escaped the empty space after the hello world. Tab space, you know that a space of tab is given, and then like in if I give tab space it will be on the horizontal level, and when I do backslash n it will be on vertical level. What is token in Java? So till now, yes, in yesterday's or in the yesterday's video we learned about writing a program in Java. So a program in Java is nothing but just a collection of different lines, and individual line is nothing but a collection of tokens. So a Java program is nothing but collection of lines and collection of different lines, and a single line is a collection of different tokens. And what are different types of tokens we use in Java? So as the definition itself means, smallest individual unit in a program is called as a token. So many tokens together make a single line of program in Java, and multiple lines together make a program in Java. And what are different types of tokens? Keywords. Keywords, as I said you, that they are the reserved words. Identifiers. Identifiers are nothing but just the variables. And here I would like to ask you to learn or to explore about what are the rules for naming variables or naming identifiers. Identifiers are nothing but just a second name given to variables. Next, talking about literals, I'll explain you that operators are anything which performs operation on two or more operands or numbers. And then we will explore this in the upcoming chapters. Separators are used to separate two lines, like semicolon. Semicolon, why do we give semicolon after every line of program, like after every line in program in Java? To separate that the above line is separate from the below line. So here I have an example of token for you. Int a is equal to 10. This is a single line of program in Java. And this is also a variable declaration, like a is the name of the variable, like a is the name of the variable whose data type is int. And what does the value contain? 10. It contains the value 10. That's why we have given the data type as integer. Now, if it would have to store a as a character, here I would write char a is equal to a. So this is how a variable is declared. So the syntax for variable declaration in Java is you write the data type name, then you write the variable name, you put is equal to. Is equal to is an assignment operator. And here you write the value as I told you. So a is the variable name, int is the data type, is equal to is the operator, and 10 is the value or the data which we want to store inside the a. So a is the name of the memory space holding the value 10. I hope till here you would have understood. So here if you see, int is a keyword, a is an identifier, is equal to is an operator, 10 is a literal, and semicolon is a separator. I hope you would have understood till here. Let me write a small program in Java for making you understand what data types are. Let us just go into BlueJ, a new class with the name demo. Let us just open it and let's just clear up this part. So I have explained you. So in today's program, we won't be requiring that object and class creation. Here we can simply write everything inside the main function itself. So let us first start with integer data types. So int a is equal to 10. So here what does this int mean? Int means data type. What does this a mean? It's a variable. What does is equal to means? It's an operator. What does 10 means? It is a value which is stored inside a. This is how we declare variables. Now, int a is equal to 10. Now, if I want to store a decimal value, what will I do? Float is equal to 3.2f. Why do I write f? And if you see, I have got an error. Why is this error? Because I haven't written any variable name. So I will write float b is equal to 3.2f. If I don't write f, then by default, the system will consider this as a double value. And double C is equal to 3.999999999. And next we will write char char D is equal to, and then if I want to declare boolean, then boolean E is equal to true. Now let's just print this all. Here we would be just changing the values. Here I will also give you an example of how we would be using the escape sequences. Suppose I want to print hello world and hello Janvi on the next line. How am I going to do that? Now let's just compile it first and see whether we have some errors here or not. So we have no errors. Let's just run it once. So if you see the, let me just give some space so that you can understand what I was telling you. So let's just give you all a space here. So yeah, let's just compile it again. No errors. Let's just open this output. So yeah, here you can see that the value of A was 10, value of B was 3.2, value of C was this, value of D was J, value of E was true. And if you here you notice, I had written hello world and hello Janvi inside the same print statement, but because of that backslash n, this much amount of space got escaped. And then in the next line, they, the compiler gave, sorry, the output was given as this in the next line. I hope till now you would have understood what values are, what variables are, what data types are in Java. Let me just show you the program again. So here you see that it is storing integer value, it is storing decimal value. This is also storing decimal value, but it can store many, like after decimal it can store many many decimal places. Then here we have, this is how we declare character, this is how we declare boolean, this is how we print it. So in Java, whenever you want to print anything, you have two options. Either you can use system.out.println or you can use system.out.print. So system.out.print will do what? It will print everything on the same line, and print ln will give space after the execution of the first line. So for giving space or for giving the control to the next line, we use system.out.println. And if we want to print everything on the same line, we use system.out.print. We will learn about this in the video of input and output in Java. So I hope till now you would have understood what values and data types are in Java. Now coming back to the PPT. So this was all about today's video. In this video, we learned about variables, different data types, tokens, escape sequences, and character sets. I hope you would have understood till there. If you have any query, do let me know in the comment section. And yeah, thank you so much for being till here. If you understood the content, understood the video, do like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is ICSE Java Made Easy. Thank you. Thank you once again.